I did my research review activity on the study of online foreign language education on the question, what are the proficiency outcomes? With the increased number of online language courses offered, both by educational institutions and by commercial organizations, the question still remains, what are they actually learning? 21st century school accountability is very important. Therefore, student assessment is an essential part of education. Evaluating students' progress helps both the teachers and the students. According to ACTFL, American Council of Teachers of Foreign Languages, K-12 students, as well as many jobs, require candidates to reach advanced low proficiency in the target language. But towards what means will it be embraced if a better understanding of the proficiency outcomes of online language education is still needed to help language educators make these informed decisions? In online language learning in higher education, the results show that in the beginning and intermediate level courses, the progress for student achievement in French and Spanish was similar to offline students. In oral proficiency in Spanish, the outcomes were similar to face-to-face courses. In German, on the other hand, in the beginning level, in translation recognition tasks and simulated oral proficiency interviews, an improvement in performance were greater among online students. The results on online language learning in K-12, on the other hand, lack data on the effectiveness of online language learning. This is because in the public education sector, not all online courses report student achievement. Multi-district, fully and traditional online schools and other types of private independent schools with online programs are not required to report student achievement data, let alone proficiency benchmark data. Kavanaugh found that among all subject areas, only online foreign language courses yielded negative effects, but these findings are out of date due to the changes in K-12 online learning. Michigan Virtual School offers foreign language courses, are self-adaptive, and have only one deadline by the final exam. 62% of the enrollments result in credit recovery because learning and motivation relies heavily on the student. North Carolina Virtual Public School Studies reported that students enrolled in online foreign language courses had lower perceptions of their online courses than those taking other subjects. 19% of the students taking intermediate and advanced foreign language students said they learned more online than offline. The results of the study show that language learning in online environments focus mainly on the student achievement, not on proficiency. Therefore, not enough online courses are offered at the advanced level. There is lack of proficiency testing because of the cost and organizational challenges and lack of student enrollment. The ACTFL OPI assessments towards proficiency in languages and Versant offer proficiency tests for placement and research purposes online or telephone administration. Many other institutions are creating different online or computer-based foreign language proficiency tests. Further data needs to be gathered in the coming years in order to conclude if students are performing higher levels of proficiency in online courses. This article is of importance to me because I always try to connect what I am learning with what I teach. I always try to find studies on foreign language because I teach Spanish. I was impacted by the lack of data on student proficiency, and it goes to show why teachers are teaching to the test and not proficiency. If teachers' goal was for students to acquire proficiency in the language, then more learning would take place. I would like to see future studies on how are students being taught and encouraged to use the language outside the online environment, at home or their community, and how can we teach a foreign language to pass the course and be able to use it outside the online environment. Teaching to the test is not the only approach I take when I teach. I use the TPRS method, teaching proficiency through reading and storytelling. This approach to teaching allows the teacher to remain on the target language at least 90% of the time by teaching language that focuses on the systematic instruction of vocabulary in a highly comprehensible, personalized, and contextualized manner. This allows teaching towards student achievement and proficiency. I use this input-based approach of teaching when I taught at a distance, and I believe the method was effective either way. I would have loved to find a study using TPRS in online learning. I think the results will conclude that they both are equally effective. My school district standardized tests administered are based on the actual student achievement measures, not the level of proficiency, and they are all paper pencil. More tests need to be conducted in a computer-based format in all levels based on achievement and proficiency so that more studies can be conducted on the effectiveness of online language learning.